What is up? I am Crypto Mason, and welcome back to the Crypto Mason YouTube channel. Shout out to the Gold Squad. We look for gold in every single aspect of our lives, and we always find it. Now, obviously, I did not quit, folks. Yesterday was an April Fool's joke. But what's funny is, before we get into the daily market update, just some little things here. Yesterday, I posted this video as an April Fool's Day joke. And then guess what, folks? I had to travel to Miami, so I couldn't make a video in the morning. So some people might have believed that I actually quit here. But let's get into the daily market update. Some amazing things happening in the NFT space. We're making a lot of money here. Some of you might have been able to get in on one of the recent calls I made, which has 10x'd our money. Legit, like, no joke. Like, I actually 10x'd my money on this NFT, and I hope some of you guys did as well. First thing I want to say, though, is if you want to keep up with what I'm doing out here for Bitcoin Miami, make sure you're following on Twitter, Instagram. Check out my story there. But let's get into the market, what you all really care about. We are still above 2 trillion, okay, 2.17 right here. BTC 46,000. Okay, we're at the start of April, so I'm watching for that cursed conference dump. That's what it's called. Basically, when there's a huge Bitcoin conference like this, Bitcoin tends to kind of dump. But we are still at 46,000. If we look at the chart, right, this is the 12-hour. Obviously, we've been talking about how we recently rejected the 200-day SMA right there. Then we dropped down, bounced right off this support perfectly, right? Look at the box I had. Like, I've had that box drawn for a while, right? And we bounced perfectly off of that. And now it looks like we're headed back up a little bit. BTC 1.39% up. So yeah, let's look at the altcoins now. We've got Ethereum killing it, 3.5K on Ethereum. So definitely doing better than, or holding up better than Bitcoin here. Basically, there's not really any altcoins that are intriguing me. This step in, right? We covered this step in pretty early. Like, you guys could have also got in on this one. I think this is still a great buy on Solana, or this is a project on Solana. Slight, retracement from $3 down to $2.47 right now. I'm bullish on this project. I do not own any. I'm going to wait and see if it comes down anymore. A lot of people talking about this one. So zooming out to the altcoins here, we have Convex, okay, Atom doing good, Compound, Helium, eCash. Tip from Mason: do not invest in coins that have like cash in their name, like eCash or digital cash. It always does not work out. And then we've got Zilliqa retracing here. So not many, like, I'm more focused on NFTs right now. I feel like NFTs are just so hot. There's a lot of stuff going on in NFTs. We still have to wait for Bitcoin to make its massive moves up. But we do have a lot of different news coming out. So we're going to have a little Ripple section here. Then we'll cover some Binance stuff, and then get into some NFTs at the end of this. Right now, I'm just simply hodling, man. I'm just holding my bags. I have shaved off a little bit of profits from certain things. I took a tiny amount of HBAR because I'm still like 10x'd up on HBAR, right? So I took a little bit of that to buy some NFTs, but that's really all I'm doing. I'm just holding right now. So first piece of news, there's a lot of Ripple stuff going on. We have Ripple applauding Hester Pierce for blaming the SEC over lack of fair notice. So I've told you time and time again that Hester Pierce is actually on crypto's side. Like, she's kind of on our side, right? She has very good ideas on how to regulate this market versus somebody like Gary Gensler. So Hester, Ripple is applauding her for that. We have King Solomon. If you think the banks die via Bitcoin, you're a moron. And I actually agree with this. There's no way the banks, or there's no way the banks fail because of Bitcoin or die because of Bitcoin. That does not make sense. They will start to adopt it. Like, they will they will find their own part in this space and use it to stay on par with something like Bitcoin. And of course, we're looking at things like XRP for that. So a little XRP lawsuit update right here. Brad has said on March 10, though, think about this. This was on March 10. He said, we'll see some decisions maybe within a few weeks. So this is basically already expired, right? He said he's optimistic that we'll see decisions maybe in a few weeks. It's already April 3, and that's been a few weeks, right? So I'm waiting to see if this Brad quote comes to life. Look at this. Literally, nobody actually does their research. Like, you just have to look right here and see that that's from March 10. Okay, we already covered that one. This is the controversial one right here. And this is going to show you why XRP and Ripple is literally some deep state stuff, man. It is like some they're infiltrated, right? So the Ripple co-founder, we know this is Chris Larson, wants Bitcoin to switch to proof of stake. He wants Bitcoin to switch to proof of stake. So basically, they have this this group called Greenpeace, right? They're working with this group called Greenpeace, and they're launching a new campaign called Change the Code, Not the Climate. Now, why do I agree with this a little bit here? Because if we can change the code and not have to change the climate, that makes sense. Why would we affect our climate on purpose if we can just change the code, right? So they're putting pressure on the community to transition to a proof of stake model. And basically, like, once Ethereum moves to a proof of stake, it's almost like Bitcoin is like, it's behind. It's behind, right? But I don't think this is going to happen, right? They're putting a lot of money towards this. A lot of people are hating on Chris Larson, like a lot. But that is a very, very controversial statement there. And he made this statement a long time ago, and I covered that. But now it's hitting the news here. I guess he said it again in a more official way and not buried like 2 hours into a podcast. So what would happen to Bitcoin if that happens? Well, Bitcoin mining would not be a thing anymore, right? Bitcoin mining would be gone, just like how Ethereum mining is basically going to go away. And I'm not sure what that would do to the price. It might help the price a lot, but I do not think that's going to happen. Moving on, we have Binance on the hiring spree, a Web3 hiring spree. They just got Microsoft's top executive as exchange CTO, chief technology officer, former Microsoft guy. This is just another example of the Web 2 people moving into Web 3. Okay, if you're watching this and you are a Web 2 person, that means you work at a company like Microsoft or something like that, dude, move in to Web 3. And the pay, you could probably find the pay double, first of all, so greater pay, and you're literally part of the future of finance. And I think you can 100% bet on Web 3 to be the one. Like, it is the one. So you can place all your bets on that. So getting into some of the NFTs here, we have Pudgy Penguins trying to make some kind of comeback here. They just sold the collection for $2.5 million. Now that is nothing. Okay, that's a very small deal right there. So they sold it to this Luca Nets guy right here. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm fully out of Pudgy Penguins. Pudgy Penguins was my first NFT that I made huge money on. Moving on here, though, we've got Kiwami. Okay, if you guys were paying attention on the NFT Mason channel, okay, NFT Mason right here, make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to be back making videos on this channel very soon. But we did cover Kiwami, and I told you that I bought 2 of these at 0.13, around 0.13, 0.14. So hopefully some of you guys got into that. We are now sitting at, I woke up today, I checked it, we are sitting at a 1.45 floor, and there is a lot of buyers on this, right? So I woke up, I had 2 of these. So I did the strategy where you flip one and you hold the other one to the moon. So I'm holding this guy right here. I'm holding this guy to the moon, but I sold my other one, right? And all you got to do to sell it fast is go and undercut this floor. So I went on there and I sold it for a little bit less. So you could go on here and sell it for 1.42 and it'll sell instantly. And but is it too late for this? I think it is. Wait for a heavy pullback on that and you should be good. Another one that I've been looking into, and I actually went to their party. I was in LA for NFT LA, and I went to their party, the Three Landers. Now, this is the one I hold. This guy right here, I bought it for 3 ETH. 3 ETH, so very expensive, but it is rare, right? 17%, top 17%. I woke up, I had one that I bought for 1.54 or 1.45. And I saw that this was at 2.2. I listed for 2.1 and boom, instantly sold. And I got to cash in on that, right? So I did the exact same strategy. That is the strategy for NFTs. Flip one and hold one to the moon. Look who's FaceTiming me, by the way, folks. Blockchain Boy is FaceTiming me live on video. That is kind of insane. I have to air you, bro. I'm sorry. So that is literally all we've got for the daily market update right now. There's in the crypto markets, it's like we're going to see how the Bitcoin conference affects the Bitcoin price. But right now, this market is pretty stagnant. I'm waiting for some coins to get back to break even for people. And then we should be. There's a lot of selling pressure because people feel like the overall trend of this market is going to be down and into a bear market. So when we have little pumps like this where we get up to 47,000, people take profits because they're break even again, right? Because in their head, the market's all going down. And I do think that that's a good move. Like if you guys can take just take profit. There's nothing ever goes wrong with taking profit, right? But that is what I would say for the daily market update. Appreciate all of you for watching. Sorry for that April Fool's joke yesterday. Appreciate all of you. Make sure you're following on Instagram, Twitter, join the Telegram group. I love every single one of you. I hope to see you, some of you guys at Bitcoin Miami. But that is all, and goodbye.